Thank you very much, Permanent Secretary Andre Ali, my colleague Minister Susan Rodriguez, Vice Chairman of the region, Mr. Umesh Satyanan, Chief Executive Officer of Central Housing and Planning Authority, Mr. Sharon Greaves, and his staff of CHPA as well as Ministry of Housing and Water, members from the Region 3 business community, Chamber of Commerce, private sector, special invitees, members of the media, but most importantly, residents of Region Number 3. A very good morning to all of you. As said by previous speakers, this is not our first formal land allocation exercise for 2023 and 2022 in Region 3. I know I'm fast forwarding. In fact, we were here 3 months ago where we had over 1,200 residents of Region 3 being allocated. Today, available on these lands, that is Stroudville and Metamirza, are another 700 allocations. To put that into context, therefore, Region 3, since we are in office from August 2020 to now, that's prior to today, we have allocated 4,259 lots. And to really put that into the real context, versus 2015 to 2020, an allocation of only 776. Over 550% increase in allocations in 2 years versus 5 years previously. What does that mean? That means that you have a government that understands the necessity of ensuring that we are able to respond to the plight of our people. You have a government that is caring, that is not only looking at your infrastructural needs, but also your social needs, and housing is one such. Region 3, if you look at our analysis, of course, is second to Region 4 in terms of our demand. And so we understand, and that is why we have been here frequently to respond, because we understand the gap that exists. But I want to remind you, the potential applicants, that the areas that you see now, for which we, as mentioned by Minister Rodriguez, for which we are showing persons and the infrastructure, and that is the first phase infrastructure that is complete. Those allocations were done prior to 2022. So the model that we have is that all the allocation exercises that we have ongoing now, inclusive of yourself today, the area, the infrastructure work, this will be ready in 2023 because it forms part of our 2023 work program. And so Region 3 is enjoying the injection of major infrastructure projects, including, as just mentioned, the first phase of the 4-lane from Schooner to Crane. And if you just pass Crane, if you're going down, on your right-hand side, you will see excavation and already sand filling have commenced. You also have expected to come on stream the port facility at Vredenhoek, upgrading of of our existing schemes, you have construction of our core homes at Parfait, and this list, and that is from one level, but that is not exhaustive in terms of the major infrastructure projects that are coming to this region. You also have private investments in the form of hospital, in the form of mall, and even the banks. The banks, those that, for example, NBS, does not have a branch over here. They are investing in a building, and similarly, Bank of Baroda. These are projects, when taken together, are driven and led to rising of our economic activities in this region and creation of wealth and job opportunities. So we at the Ministry and Central Housing and Planning Authority are investing heavily in providing infrastructure for housing drive, and this includes continuing land acquisition because we have to keep growing, construction of the housing units. So the 124 units under construction now will be ready by the end of January. And another 100 is expected to commence by the end of this year, for which we are already, right now they're going through the procurement process of assigning the contractors. Coupled with all of that, by the end of this week, we have tenders that are going out that will signal the infrastructure work to be done next year. So by January, by the first week of January, you will see in the newspaper, first of all, this Friday, 21 areas identified for infrastructure work next year, for which those tenders will be opened in January. And by the time the national budget for 2023 is passed, we will be signing the contract for the development works for the new areas in next year. And that's how CHPA is able to move quickly and to be able to respond in timely manner in the delivery of our infrastructural work. And so, for example, for Region 3, Metamerzark Phase 3, Stewartville East and West, Leonora Phase 2, all of those are going to be tendered from 2 days from now. And for example, in the other areas, for example, in Region 4, that includes the Entrac, Hope, that's Lowland, and the other area, Laura Souvenir, Success, Good Hope, Great Diamond, Golden Grove. Then you go to Region 5, areas such as Bournemouth, Baltiok, Shieldstone, Berbice, Palmyra, number 75, number 76 villages. Right across to Region 7, Bartica, region on the coastland, the new Silica City, the first phase for the clearance in terms of the infrastructure work for commencement of construction of houses in Silica City. Those are all part of our infrastructure work for 2023. So for contractors, you have a lot to look forward to. There are lots of work available. And so good contractors who finish their contracts in a timely manner, the reward will be more work. Well, on our steel and cement, a lot of people have been asking about that program. You recall His Excellency launched or announced that program on July 22nd. That is moving quite smoothly and quite quickly. And so already for Region 3, there are a number of applicants who have been pre-approved. So the verification is complete on about 28 applicants to date. So one can see within the next 2 weeks or as early as next week, vouchers being issued to those persons for them to uplift, depending on the type of infrastructure work they're doing, for them to uplift their cement, or in most cases, their cement and steel. On the macro level, I am pleased with our entire team. And I don't think at the appropriate time we'll speak more on this, but I don't think words can express the hard work that went into ensuring that we are able to deliver on being able to lay, and I refer to the single window system, single window planning system bill that was laid last Monday. And there was a short timeline for us to complete this bill and make it available, to make it in time for Parliament so that we can complete the laying as part of our 2022 program. And so the establishment of a centralized facility will serve, therefore, as a one-stop for all aspects of our commercial and industrial, and depending on the type of infrastructure for residential. So this new system will be more efficient, will allow less time running around, it will reduce uncertainty for approvals, and therefore one can look forward to a legislation that is part of the transformation of our country, that is making our processes that we have involved more modernized. As we near the close of 2022, therefore, one can expect, and I'm doing an estimation here, one can expect that we will be able to close our total allocation. So right now, we are about 19,000. One can expect for us to close the year with an allocation of about 20,500. Next Tuesday will signal our final Dream Realized exercise, and so we will be closing 2022 with a bang, that is to achieve 20,500 overall, and equally for the calendar year of 2022, our 10,000 target for this year. I want to make mention on a topical issue, and that is in the area of squatting. This Region 3 has its fair share. In fact, our Community Development Department has been working with the regional team and engaging communities to ensure that the occupancy for which persons take up is legitimate. So for example, we have areas such as the Good Hope area on the railway line, Virgin Nugent on the railway line, sections of Plantation, Philadelphia, railway line again, Barnwell, railway line, Zealot, a parcel 1987, railway line, Virgin Nugent, known as the Acme Housing Scheme. There's another portion in Plantation, De Willem. There's another portion in Plantation, Virgin Nugent, and Tucson. Those are a number of areas on our current radar for which persons are occupying irregularly, and we are looking to address them. I am pleased to therefore say that in the coming week, there are 3 areas for which the persons within parcel 701, 702, and 703 at Plantation Greenwich Park, parcel 1 at Plantation Dequindren, and parcel 86 at Plantation Tucson on the railway line. The team will be coming to your area by Wednesday of next week to sign the agreements, and which will see over 109 persons being able, once you pay off, being able to receive their title by Christmas or within 2 weeks from now, from today. And the last point I want to make on the irregular settlement and squatting. We are coming to you and we are responding. There's absolutely no need for squatting. But we also have issues in the system where persons have been allocated and for one reason or the other, they are not utilizing that allocation. So I'll give you an example, and we all are sorry and we mourn for the death for the 2 persons earlier this week at Success, and for that 11-year-old child who is without her parents. But the gentleman there, I've never said it, I'll say it today. The gentleman there was allocated a lot at Plantation, not at Plantation, but at Cummings Lodge, Block 5, Cummings Lodge. And in fact, he has a title, well, I have to say now had. There's a title for that lot that was issued since 2007. The point I make is that over the years, we have, as a deliberate policy, have been addressing some of these issues that concern squatting or irregular settlements. And we have been responding by making available an allocation. And there is absolutely no need for any squatting. And therefore, no new squatting will be tolerated. We are seeking to address. You have a compassionate government. You have a government that cares for its people and that understands some of your challenges. And that is why we're seeking to address all of those matters from the past, but the no new squatting, and it will not be tolerated. I must thank the banks who are here today for their support and for working with us throughout the period. And they too have been responding to our supply in the housing sector, so much so that you have the interest rate, the mortgage interest rate, that keeps coming down and keeps reducing, therefore making opportunities for home borrowing, for lending, much more accessible, and for you to do more in terms of your construction. Congratulations to you, the potential beneficiaries. I'll save for next week all my platitudes to the hard-working staff of Central Housing and Planning Authority and the Ministry of Housing and Water, who have been working beyond, well, totally beyond the call of duty, beyond all working norms, weekends, to ensure that we are able to pull off and be able to respond and be able to address your concerns, all in making the lives of our people better. So thank you all, have a very good day, and certainly have patience. You will all be dealt with throughout the course of the day. Have a good day.